and the way back.
This is different.
Told you.
Welcome to Good Life, where we are all about you. And when we say you, we mean all of you, including the little ones. We're all about ensuring you feel better and healthier, so you enjoy every moment with the ones closest to you. A smile on your face is what we're about. That's why you'll always be welcome back to Good Life pharmacies across Kenya with the same smile on every visit. Good Life. We're all about you.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Let me see you make your move. Do it all, do it all, do it all.
But on those days, I compromise it all. Either my skin is sensitive or my back's against the wall.
You can have it all.
What?
Always brings it all.
Okay.
Get it all with new Always 2-in-1. Feather-like softness overall, even on the wings, girl. And rapid dry channels.
Let me see you make a move. Do it all, do it all, have it all.
Always, we are the generation of change.
What is family? Family is a solid foundation to build on and a strong pillar to lean on. It is believing in each one of us for the betterment of all of us. Family is working together today to win together tomorrow. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. It is knowing we are valued, respected, understood, and most of all, supported. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
Royal Mabati offers cost-effective, weather-resistant quality sheets. Get gauge 28 at 670 Kenya shillings, gauge 30 at 370, gauge 30 met at 530, Royal Alu Zinc at 280 Kenya shillings. Buy today and lipa pole pole with a guaranteed delivery countrywide, located along Mombasa Road, Mlolongo, and at different branches in different towns. Call us today on 0722 638383. Royal Mabati Factory Limited. We are the best.
This is NTV.
Today, Kenya bid farewell to two octogenarians who died 2 weeks apart but had together been some of the longest-serving public servants in at least 3 regimes. Both Simeon Nyachai and Yusuf Haji were stalwarts who cut out a no-nonsense reputation, especially in the offices they held, commanding respect and fear in equal measure. Well, today they elicited moving eulogies where politicians and other leaders moved from the norm of desecrating such ceremonies with political agendas. This and more on NTV Tonight. Tonight, there were some of Kenya's best known and long-serving public servants who played a key role in security and administration.
Lala salama mzee wetu, na kwenu nyinyi jamii. Mzee ameenda, lakini mumewachwa na familia kubwa ya watu wa Kenya.
As we mourn the departure of Mzee Nyachae, we equally celebrate a great patriotic Kenyan.
Garissa Senator Yusuf Haji and former Minister Simeon Nyachae fondly remembered as they are laid to rest. Also tonight,
the proceedings were disrupted, there was violence, there was pandemonium.
Baringo MCA's ally to KANU moved to court seeking to overturn the Assembly's no vote on BBI. Plus, they say there are no second chances in life, but sometimes life extends a second chance.
Wasasi wangu hawakuwa na uwezo wa kunilipia karo. So I was a bit discouraged.
41-year-old Priska Magut finally graduates after returning to high school 10 years ago. And she was minding her business when a bullet hit and killed her.
She was just let to bleed out, you know? And that's what happened to Jackie. That's Jackie's story.
Conflicting police reports derail investigations into Jacqueline Moure's death. Now IPOA has picked it up.
NTV Tonight with Mark Masai.
I'm also joined with David Agondoa, sign language interpreter. We begin in Kisii, where veteran politician Simeon Nyachae was laid to rest today. Thousands of mourners attended the funeral service at the Gusii Stadium to pay their final respects to a man eulogized as a hero by his family. To honor his legacy, President Uhuru Kenyatta renamed the Gusii Stadium to the Simeon Nyachae International Stadium. Okokusa was in Kisii and reports on the reflective and respectful send-off.
89 years of Simeon Nyachae's journey on earth climaxed here today, colorfully. 5 minutes to 11 a.m., the hearse carrying the remains of the former cabinet minister arrived at the venue of its final send-off. His two widows and several relatives followed shortly. Speakers who included his children, friends, and politicians extolled his virtues.
He reached the pinnacle by sheer hard work, determination, and intelligence. Simple as that.
We honor him, and we appreciate that God gave Mzee Nyachae to us.
We have lost, in particularly the civil service fraternity. You have lost a great compatriot.
Nyachae excelled as an administrator, as a permanent secretary, and finally as a cabinet minister.
With a humble postal mill, with a small bakery, he built a huge business empire.
He was an honest man and a man of dignity. And without doubt, he was a disciplinarian. But not only in disciplining others, but the discipline within which he carried himself.
The story of his life as a politician, career civil servant, shrewd businessman, and a loving father was retold in numerous ways.
My father knew the Bible inside out. He instilled discipline in us.
You taught us by example to accord respect and dignity to everybody, irrespective of their socio-economic status.
And after 4.5 hours of tributes, the final journey to Simeon Nyachae's final resting place at his Nyosia home began. The larger-than-life civil servant, who was the son of senior chief Musa Nyandusi, will forever be remembered among the Abagusi. Huko Kusa, NTV.
As speakers eulogize the late Simeon Nyachai, something was missing. The lack of a dose of politics that has become synonymous at funerals, where politicians disrespectfully turn ceremonies into campaign platforms used to settle political scores. Zainab Ismail examines the much welcome tranquility witnessed at the late Nyachai's service, despite the heavy presence of politicians, an approach that ought to set the tone for all future farewells.
Just 2 weeks ago, Kenyans witnessed these ugly scenes that dominated the funeral of Kisii Deputy Governor Joash Mangi's father. Two legislators engaged in a fistfight over political differences. It was a total lack of respect for the grieving family. But at the late Simeon Nyachai's funeral, the ambience was one of respect and calm, devoid of the usual high-octane politics witnessed at funerals. Even the presence of President Uhuru Kenyatta, his deputy William Ruto, and ODM party leader Raila Odinga, who sat side by side, did not rattle the service despite their major political differences. Leaders stuck to the script, sharing fond memories of the late Nyachai.
I will not talk politics. We are here to bury a real patriot, a national leader.
It was not a must that I speak, but it was a must that I be here. We salute him. Fare thee well, our great leader, our father.
Those of us he found in politics, he also did not spare us. He made sure that we walked the straight and the narrow.
Siku ya leo mimi sio siku ya kunena. Ni siku ya kumshukuru Mwenyezi Mungu kwa maisha ya huyu mzee. Ni siku ya kushirikiana na familia, kuomboleza pamoja.
Perhaps the late Nyachai's nature as a disciplinarian and stickler for rules played a part in the decent and respectable behavior. The churches often called on politicians to keep off politics at funerals, but their appeals have almost always fallen on deaf ears. And while they did succeed this time around, there's always just that one.
Today it's not politics, but I can say BBI. Thank you.
Zainab Ismail, NTV.
He snuck that one in. Although Nyachai's funeral ceremony went on without incident, there was some drama outside the stadium. The Kisii County Deputy Governor Joash Mangi and South Mugirango MP Silvanus Osoro were allegedly arrested by detectives in Kisii town. The two politicians were said to be attending the burial ceremony at the Kisii Stadium. Osoro was allegedly apprehended in the stadium, while Mangi was apprehended at Kisii School while waiting to welcome Deputy President William Ruto. Osoro has attributed the arrest to their political alignments. To another send-off, a dependable and wise politician whose words were always measured. Those were the words President Uhuru Kenyatta used to describe the late Garissa Senator Yusuf Haji. He was laid to rest hours after his death at the Langata Cemetery. Many who interacted with him when he was alive have also described him as a father figure and a stickler to law. NTV's Kennedy Moreidi with the details.
President Uhuru Kenyatta led family and hundreds of Kenyans for the final rites of the late Garissa Senator Yusuf Haji at the Langata Muslim Cemetery. The president said the country had lost a true leader whose wisdom was relied on a lot.
Taifa la Kenya limepoteza kiongozi shujaa, kiongozi ambaye amesimamia haki za wananchi wa taifa hili letu la Kenya. Kiongozi ambaye amefanya kazi ya wananchi.
The president, who put him in charge of the Building Bridges initiative, notes that Haji was depended on by key associates of not just the Kenyan government but also of regional governments.
Mzee Haji, mashauri yake haikuwa ya kitu chochote. Ni mashauri ya kutoka kwa roho, ya kutoka fikira zake, na ndipo nilikuwa na muamini vile nilimuamini.
At his home earlier in the day, family and friends streamed in to comfort the bereaved family. National Treasury Cabinet Secretary Ukur Yatani led a host of cabinet secretaries at the late Haji's home, as senators who served with him said they had lost a true icon.
If there is one man from all the parameters of having all the necessary quality of goodness, is none other than Yusuf Haji.
He always stands what is right. He was not wobbling around politically, neither would he wobble on issues which are not right.
And for me, he was a father figure. So I reached out to him. He was my confidant. And I will miss not just an example, I will miss a father figure.
Senator Yusuf Haji was the icon in the Senate. He was the voice of wisdom.
Those present called on the country to relook at the BBI document the senator championed keenly with the aim of passing it in his honor.
Yusuf Haji had issues and he didn't say them, but remained very firm on the course of Building Bridges initiative.
In fact, I wish in his honor, in his memory, Kenyans will sit back and tone down the rhetoric that is there now on BBI.
Mzee Haji has been eulogized differently by those who knew him, as the family now announces 3 days of mourning to remember the fallen hero.
There will be different sites of mourning. We will have a site in Mombasa, a site in Malindi, a site in Garissa, and a site in Nairobi. Yeah, so we will be, those of you who can, and a site in Masalani, Ijara, his home area.
Senator Haji had just been flown in back into the country on Saturday and admitted at Aga Khan Hospital, where he succumbed Monday morning. Kennedy Muredi, NTV.
For most of his adult life, Mohammed Yusuf Haji served the country in the disciplined forces, where he managed those tasked with maintaining law and order, as well as those responsible for protecting the country's borders. Haji rose to the highest ranks within the political or provincial administration, I should say, serving as provincial commissioner in the then Rift Valley province. Leila Mohammed looks back at the life of a man who's been hailed a great public servant who put country over self.
The image of the Nairobi County Police Commander Rashid Yakub preparing the grave of the late Garissa Senator Yusuf Haji is seen by many as a sign of respect and honor. It's perhaps a sign that those who still wear the uniform that he once served in remember a brother, father figure, and a mentor.
Alikuwa mtu wa maana sana.
He was soft-spoken but had piercing eyes that oversaw security and public administration under 4 presidents Jomo Kenyatta, Daniel Arap Moi, Mwai Kibaki, and most recently Uhuru Kenyatta, under whose watch he led the Building Bridges Initiative Task Force. He was calm even in the middle of a political storm.
If this podium is going to be used,
like late in 2019 after a scuffle at the BBI unveiling at Bomas.
Our work was to come and present, give us a remark by the chair.
Born 81 years ago in Garissa district, Senator Haji spent half his life serving the nation in government and politics. He has passed on his leadership skills to his kin, who are engaging in various aspects of public service, most notably his eldest son, Nurdin Haji, who is the Director of Public Prosecutions. Haji was a stern administrator who did not mince his words even in the husky, low tone that he used to deliver his intentions.
2nd of July, I led a high-powered delegation of security officials to Garissa.
Being a Moi and Kanu loyalist, the then President Daniel Toroitich Arap Moi rewarded his service with a political nomination in 1997. He found his way back into the executive's inner circle when the then President Mwai Kibaki appointed him Minister for Defense in 2008. The role saw him lead a Kenyan delegation to Mogadishu in 2011 to discuss security issues and cooperation against the Islamic Al-Shabaab group as part of the coordinated Operation Linda Nchi.
I had occasion to accompany him and Minister Wetangula then when we delivered the message of Operation Linda Nchi in Mogadishu.
And today, many prominent people turned up to accompany Haji's body on its final journey. Leila Mohammed, NTV.
Yusuf Haji served as a senator of Garissa since March 4th, 2013, and residents of the county have remembered him as a great leader and one who believed first in service to the people.
Kila nafsi kwa kweli itaonja mauti na kuna nafsi ambayo kwamba itakayopinga. Na kwa kweli kwa hiyo tukio, huyo ni ndugu yetu ambaye kwamba ametuacha leo hii.
Tunawaambia salamu ya rambirambi kwa familia ya Haji, na tuko pamoja na hawa hii wakati ya huzuni, na tunaombeleza pamoja, na tunaambia Mwenyezi Mungu aweke Senator Haji mahali mzuri peponi.
Leo tunafanya maombolezi mzee wetu Yusuf Haji ambaye ni baba wa katika Garissa, ni baba wa katika mkoa wa Kaskazini Mashariki, ni kiongozi ambaye shubavu, ni kiongozi ambaye mwaminifu, ni kiongozi ambaye amefanyia katika Kenya hii mazuri mema.
Napeana rabirabi zetu wale wakazi wa hapa Garissa, sababu alikuwa kiongozi wetu sisi sote. Tunapeana rabirabi zetu na Mungu amlase mahali pema peponi. Najua alikuwa mzee wa maana, alikuwa chairman wa BBI. Na BBI ni patanisho. Na mji huu tunapoishi wa Garissa si wa jamii moja, jamii zote za Kenya siko hapa. Na tunaamini hiyo BBI itapatanisha hizo jamii.
Naambia pole marehemu Mheshimiwa Yusuf Haji, alikuwa mzee wa heshima. Tumekaa naye miaka mingi sana hapa Kenya, akiwa anaongoza, akiwa PC, akiwa DC. Alikuwa mtu wa maana sana.
And may the soul of Yusuf Haji and Simeon Nyachai rest in peace. Now to politics at play right now. Elsewhere, this is in Baringo, where County Assembly or members of the County Assembly affiliated to the Kenya African National Union or KANU are seeking to overturn the shooting down of the Building Bridges Initiative Amendment Bill at the floor of the House that happened last week. According to the legislators, public participation was not done adequately before the bill was brought to the floor of the House for debate and voting.
Just 4 days after these chaotic scenes from the Baringo County Assembly, where the BBI Amendment Bill was rejected by a majority of the MCAs, the fight is still on, but in a different form. MCAs affiliated with the KAINUK party have gone to court to revoke the rejection of the BBI bill.
Rules and laws of this nation are followed. You cannot procure leadership by hooliganism.
Yes.
You cannot procure leadership by hooliganism. Yes. You cannot become a president of Kenya by destroying others.
Speaking after filing a petition at Kabarnet High Court today, through their lawyers Gordon Ogola, they said the assembly failed to follow due process, citing the need for public participation among the electorate, which they claim did not happen.
Challenge the constitutionality of the proceedings of that particular day in view of the fact that, one, the proceedings were disrupted, there was violence, there was pandemonium, and secondly, on the grounds that the people were not involved, there was no public participation. So we have filed the matter under certificate of urgency. Right now, the judge is looking at it and will be getting directions in due course.
Views of those honorable members were not the views of the people of Baringo. People of Baringo want public participation, and that's what we want. Let these people say yes or no.
30 MCAs rejected the bill, while 11 MCAs voted in its favor, making Baringo County Assembly the first to shoot down the amendment bill. Homa Bay, Kisumu and Siaya are the first 3 counties that have passed the BBI bill so far. Eunice Omolo, NTV.
The death of a 30-year-old woman who was hit by a stray bullet in Nairobi last Thursday has been shrouded in mystery over whether it was a police officer who fired the fatal shot or not. The Independent Policing Oversight Authority is investigating the death of the single mother who was also an orphan. Gina Kirori is on that story.
On the evening of 11th February, a bullet that pierced the screen of this blue tuk-tuk would end up taking the life of 30-year-old Jacqueline Mogore, a food trader within Nairobi's CBD. Post-mortem results released earlier today confirmed that Jackie passed away from a single gunshot wound in her throat. But what remains unknown is who fired the fatal shot. The Independent Policing Oversight Authority say ballistic examinations will establish the weapon that fired the bullet. The official police report states that on the day, members of Kamkunji's undercover police had gunshots from the OTC area in downtown Nairobi. They later saw 2 suspects running. One suspect was apprehended. The report says the undercover team fired 8 rounds of ammunition to subdue the second suspect. The report claims that shortly after, Jackie, who was bleeding, approached police officers manning traffic. She then allegedly collapsed. Minutes later, the driver of the blue tuk-tuk, identified as Alfaya Okech, appeared and said he was ferrying Jackie when they heard gunshots. Jackie realized she was bleeding and Okech helped her to disembark.
She was just let to bleed out, you know, and that's what happened to Jackie. That's Jackie's story, and it's very, very unfortunate that that would happen to her, you know, at such a young age.
Jackie is survived by her 5-year-old son. She was also taking care of her late sister's children and her younger siblings. Her family is calling for justice to be served.
These people, you know, and it's very, very sad that now she's no longer there.
Gena Kirori, NTV.
Gena Kirori will stay on that beat following up on that story. We take a break here on NTV tonight, but when we come back, we'll be talking to the Tourism Cabinet Secretary, Najib Balala. Earlier, before the bulletin, you witnessed some of the destinations that have been recognized as having the different experiences that are lasting memories for tours and travel, and not just international tourists, but local tourists as well. We'll look at how the ministry is planning to face the COVID-19 pandemic and move on and thrive beyond the challenges that have been presented.
Get fresh, gotta get fresh.
Down is no boom boom pow, down is boom boom pow. Smells by na uchafuzi na zidi na improve downy. Protect nguo zangu na nukia niko safi. Lazima niwe fresh na down is boom boom pow. Boom boom pow, down is no boom boom pow. Smells zote na zi boom boom pow. Powerful freshness, down is boom boom pow. Nani 15 bob too?
Welcome to our new office. Wonderful sight. Just imagine 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where the parking is, and then the warehouse front door here, the reception here, and the fridges here. The lorry's entrance there, and their exit there. One way only. What is it?
So where is the building?
Fast, stress-free construction. Get your factory-made buildings in 10 weeks with SafBuild. Order yours now. SafBuild, a quality building solution from MRM.
The day the world stopped, we're not going to leave anything on our plates. Because we've learned to savor the moments that were always there. And they never tasted this good.
Beat sensitivity pain fast with SENSODYNE Rapid Action for clinically proven relief in 60 seconds.
The Ministry of Health would like to remind all Kenyans that coronavirus is still among us and that we must continue to adhere to all preventative measures to contain the spread of this deadly disease, including proper wearing of face masks.
Avoid wearing your mask under your nose, under your chin, because this doesn't protect you. The droplets can still land in the environment and things can still land on your nose and mouth.
Komesha Corona. Okoa Maisha.
With the Stay Soft refill, saving money is as easy as snip, pour, mix with water and shake. Stay Soft refill. It's 2 liters of Stay Soft for up to 30% less.
The University of Nairobi's 10th Open Day will be held virtually on February 18th and 19th, 2021. the theme Skills and Competencies for Emerging Trends. Visit our website www.uonbi.ac.ke and register now. Join and engage with our faculty, alumni and industry experts for career guidance and mentoring. It's free and open for all. We offer relevant programs that are consistent with global trends in job market and industry needs. The University of Nairobi is a world-class university committed to scholarly excellence.
When I open my eyes, I see beauty you can't believe. Oh mama, no place I'd rather be. Masai, Kenya. Duniani hamna kama we, nothing better. Si unapendeza. Let the sunshine over you, my love. Your sounds heal my soul. Nothing better. Kenya unapendeza. Ona vile wanashindwa kukata. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha, inanitosha, inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha Kenya. Inanitosha.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
I'm not going to allow Roberta to marry him when she hasn't been honest. When she hid from him things as important as her involvement with Rafael. And also, she has done everything possible to ruin me.
Could it be that he cheated on you because you could never give him a son? Maybe I can do that and we can raise him together.
Please, I'm begging you to take me to the hospital.
Oh, sure, I'm going to take you to a hospital. Of course I will, but tomorrow. Now, if you don't want your future husband to call off the wedding at once, you and I have to fix this small problem. Is that clear?
Timeless love.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Welcome back, and now we turn our focus to the tourism industry. And have you always, or have you in the recent past traveled or planned to travel within Kenya? Well, then this is your chance, as the Kenya Tourism Board has launched 29 more signature experiences out of 59 companies that had presented themselves. This not only targets the international market, but to also provide room for domestic tourism at good rates. The Ministry of Tourism has said it will take Kenya 4 more years to get back to where it was in tourism due to the adverse effects of COVID-19. Helena Ora sets a context for us.
This is Kenya, the motherland. If you thought you had to travel out of the country to get an exceptional experience, you may want to consider what Kenya has to offer. Whether beach or bush, the options are exceptional. The unveiling of 29 signature experiences within the country is set to open up more opportunities in the tourism sector. This time not only targeting the bigwigs in the industry, but even those who bring a homely experience.
Traveling like a local, it gives you a new other meaning, a whole new other meaning, like apart from the wilderness, the lions and everything. You come back and experience something that is authentic.
It is estimated that with the COVID-19 impact on the industry, it will take Kenya up to 2024 to recover.
This was a lesson from the pandemic that we need to invest more to the domestic market. Not because we have no alternative. I think this is the resilient segment. This is closer to us.
Kenyans are set to become the primary market when it comes to travel. One step in that direction is acknowledging outstanding destinations and recommending them to prospective travelers.
It's fairly rigorous because what we do is, first of all, we call for entries. We have a whole almost 50 line items that you need to answer.
Among those recognized in the category are Meadow Creek Floating Adventures, provided by Watamu Treehouse in Watamu, Kilifi County. Fly Camping Under the Stars, provided by Sasab Camp in Samburu, just to name a few. In 2019, the Ministry of Tourism recognized 15 signature experiences, and with the 29 added destinations, there are now 44 prime spots to create memories from. Helen Aura, NTV.
Well, with that context laid out, there are 29 out of 59 destinations that were recognized today as having the memorable experience to offer, whether it's international tourists or local tourists. And we have the Cabinet Secretary for Tourism, Najib Balala. Thank you for joining us this evening. It's been a long day for you, considering what's happened, but straight to the tourism industry. And why this, why now, these 29 destinations that you're acknowledging?
Well, 5 years ago, we did a research. What do we do to improve the experience and also to make people to stay longer in Kenya? And the research came out that we don't sell accommodation. We don't sell just a product. We sell an experience. And then we engage the private sector. Then COVID came in. But remember also 2019, we had 15 other new signatures we launched. Yes. So we started 2019 as the first lot, and they were very successful.
So now we have 44.
Now we have in total we have
signature.
44.
Yes.
This morning we launched 29.
Okay.
Out of 59.
Yes.
So we allow the industry to come in, apply, go through the criterias, and then we nominate which is the best. And today we launched 29 new signature experiences.
All right, and there's now the big elephant in the room, that's COVID-19. It's here with us, it's not going anytime soon, and we've just seen the fact there that it might take 4 years, or at least to 2024, to get us back to where we were as an industry. What are some of the new norms of your tourism industry, tourism ministry, to survive, not just to survive, but to thrive?
Number one, first, is about health and hygiene. That is critical. Number two is there is no international market or segment of the market. Can we now look inwards, including international? People do not travel outside their homes or far from their homes. Maybe an hour flight or 2 hours flight. Here we are an 8-hour flight. So it's a far destination. So that's key as a lesson from the pandemic.
Right.
Then there is the issue of green and healthy and safe. Those are key issues. And then the third one is digital. How do we use technology in everything? Okay. From marketing to there, see how many months we stayed at home. Everybody was on their computers or on their phones trying to get information, not only about COVID, but about also positive things across the world. So those are the key issues, and we cannot do without them now.
Yes, it's one of the things that you have actually really tried to support the market with, and that's the stimulus package.
Yeah.
And it was actually extended, the deadline to apply for it, 3 billion stimulus package to the stakeholders was extended to the end of this month. Yeah. What's the uptake of that particular facility?
Well, we have addressed the 3 billion. 1.2 billion is already been utilized. The uptake is positive.
Not just Mombasa.
No, it's across the country.
Yes.
And then the coastal region, which was the focus because we want to improve the product in the coastal region. The uptake was slow. But now we have given an extension. We went to do outreach programs to make them understand what are the requirements. I can tell you, Mark, this is the cheapest loans ever. It's 5% interest rates, it's 2 years moratorium, and it's 8 years repayment.
So what are we missing there? If it's the best offering in the market in comparison to what else is there to offer for the stakeholders to take up this stimulus package?
The key issue for us is you give us proper security. If you don't have proper security, we cannot give you the money. That's the only key issues we require.
Because the feedback is they're stringent. The requirements are very stringent. In
the only key issues which is stringent, people do not have security to give because probably their own securities are already merged with another bank or another facility. That's why that's the challenge.
Okay. And so there's a 3 billion that was...
And then there is a 2 billion.
Is there an extension to the previous 3 billion?
No. The 3 billion has remained 3 billion.
And the deadline is this month.
And the deadline is this month. Unfortunately, we had a 700 million budget cut. Already we have 2.2 now instead of 3 billion. And then we have 2 billion, 1 billion for the scouts, which we have just concluded the engagement, the KWS scouts, and 1 billion is we are paying salaries for all rangers in the conservancies, community conservancies. So that we have started from September, and then we have for 2021, 2022, another 2 billion given to community conservancies rangers as well as community scouts.
There's a strategy that the ministry had to diversify the offering and the packages for tourism, and that's the MICE strategy, the meetings, incentives, and conferences and what have you. But COVID hit, and that approach would, someone would say, is now obsolete. What are you doing to go around that?
Well, we need to prepare. We launched, 2 years ago, we launched the National Convention Bureau. It's now operational. We gave them some money to develop strategies, and now the strategies are almost ready. Unfortunately, the MICE sector will only improve in 2026, not even 2024. Yeah, because people are used to Zoom.
Yes.
But I'm surprised you've invited me here physically. I'm used to Zoom for the last 1 year.
Right.
Yeah, and that is my business.
Yeah.
So why should I spend air ticket, waste time on the traffic, get a flight, go and spend money on accommodation? So it will take time until people say, I want to go back to my life. That is 2026. So MICE will take a big hitting.
Yes.
But we want to encourage, even if we don't have international conferences, can we create our own? For example, a Juakali conference, a Juakali exhibition. The farmers, Kenya Farmers Association, can we create something? The builders, because the construction industry is working, or any other, or food, or anything. Let's create MICE, small scale, but it can be very active, small but many.
Yes.
Rather of us, we are depending on these big mega events of 5,000 people. But we can create MICE with only 50 people.
Let's look at another reality check that is presenting itself now with COVID-19, that with the strains and mutations of the virus, you know, every other day there are different travel advisories handed over to countries and citizens, and not everyone can easily just hop on a flight and come to Kenya.
Remember, Mark, before even we had a single case, we in tourism were already ahead of the game. Yeah, 1st of March, I already consulted the industry. Again, we had 16th of March, we had the first case. We had to shut down. We thought in 3 months' time, COVID will go. It didn't go. We opened in June, we opened in August. We said, okay, we are waiting for the vaccine. December vaccine came. It even got worse in January or February. So its unpredictability is what is causing the panic. Even now, we are not too sure, is summer going to be okay? So these.
But as we stand, it's an open policy to everyone who would want to come in internationally,
we
given the mutations and the strains.
We have a clear policy. You must have a PCR negative certificate. Yeah, and then we look at different countries, and then we put these countries in red list. Thank God you've seen the UK has done. Kenya is not on the red list because we adhere to the mitigations of WHO. So we do the same. So if we see a country is not following those procedures, then we put them in red list. So
right now, are there any red spots in the region or internationally?
Well, no, we don't have many, maybe 1 or 2,
right.
But most of them have been removed 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Because we have seen they have gone to lockdowns as well.
All right. And just real quick, because people want to know, what's the strategy of the Ministry of Tourism? And I have to ask you this before you go. As you try to draw more interest towards us, a month ago, there was a big fuss about you appointing Naomi Campbell, the world-renowned model, to be the international ambassador over, say, a choice like Lupita Nyong'o, who is world-acclaimed as well. Do you still stand by your decision?
In fact, the best decision ever is to get the best celebrity to work for Kenya, and for that matter, for free. So I met Lupita, not Lupita, but Naomi. She came to my place. Among other things, we discussed, and she said, why not? I love Kenya, and I'm going to do it for free. She offered herself. So that's fine. It doesn't mean we don't have other celebrities. Before that, we had Eliud Kipchoge. Yes. So we want to have more. We can have Lupita Nyong'o. It doesn't matter.
So the offer is extended to her?
Well, anytime she's ready, I'm ready. Yeah,
right. Okay.
And not only that,
yes.
We want to have more.
Yes.
We have different, for example, Naomi will be in fashion, Eliud will be in athletics. Probably Lupita will be in studio and films. And we can have more diverse and maybe have young people.
All right. Lupita, if you're watching, he says the offer is open.
You're most welcome. You're Kenyan. We love you. But definitely, let's have an arrangement.
Waziri, mbona msipunguze bei? Let me ask this in a language that you use more comfortably. For us Kenyans to just travel as tourists, go mass market, target us, because not many people are traveling.
Two things. First of all, the whole tourism model is designed to foreigners. That's true. Why? Because that is where they have the spending power to travel, and becomes a culture to travel. For example, for me, when I travel, I must create some business on the way if I want to go for a holiday. These people, they have to save to travel. Just hold on. They have to save to travel. So now our GDP or our economy is growing. There is a percentage of people who want to travel, and they travel. So now we are giving them an opportunity. 10 years ago, when I came in as a first-time Minister of Tourism, we introduced domestic tourism. Okay, we didn't focus as much because we were comfortable with the international market. But now we have realized there is an opportunity. Remember, all these people who are traveling also have, because also they have not been allowed to travel overseas.
Yes.
So they want to travel here. So we need to create a product for Kenyans and also friendly in the pocket in terms of budget. But also some products are very expensive. Even myself, I cannot afford. So I cannot demand they must reduce the price because I want to go. Maybe that product is not mine.
Okay.
It's for somebody else who can afford and will afford to pay. But definitely I hear you. Us at KWS, we gave a 50% discount on park entry fees, both for local and for international.
All right. Shukran, Waziri Najib Balala. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
And your work is cut out for you. At least if Lupita Nyong'o is watching, if there's any chance of that, and her manager, perhaps, the offer is still open from the Ministry of Tourism. So we take a break here. Handle business after the break.
Heaviness and a burning inside, it could be heartburn.
Kiungulia na kuvimbiwa? Ino inatibu ndani ya sekunde 6 na inatuliza dalili 6 za kiungulia. Kwa hivyo unaweza kuburudika bila kikomo. Ino, tibu haraka kiungulia na tumbo kuvimba.
For a better tomorrow, don't forget to do the 1, 2, 3 with Colgate every night.
Kijani Ridge is Tatu City's premier neighborhood, offering a 1.5 acre fully serviced plot in a controlled development. The plots overlook a beautiful dam with natural green spaces. Kijani Ridge is a walking distance from Nover Pioneer and Crawford International Schools. Families are already moved in and more homes are under construction. Contact us for daily site visits and join us for our mega open weekend on 6th and 7th March. What is family? Family is a solid foundation to build on and a strong pillar to lean on. It is believing in each one of us for the betterment of all of us. Family is working together today to win together tomorrow. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. It is knowing we are valued, respected, understood, and most of all, supported. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Here we are, living in the moment. And here we are, dreaming in the open. Now look around, isn't this a new day? Make a move, doing things a new way. A new way. 'Cause this is our world, and this is our time. These are our plans, we're gonna let them shine. This is our place in the human race, and we won't stop dreaming. No, we won't stop dreaming.
Build your tomorrow today. Tomonoka Group, at the core of every construction.
This looks different.
It is. See for yourself.
Okay, so it's a photo.
Look closer. Photos within photos.
What about video?
8K video. Beyond cinema quality.
So...
You can pull portrait quality photos straight from video.
But will it last the whole trip?
Battery for the whole trip and the way back.
This is different.
Told you.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa? Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi! Guy! What the?
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Welcome to the business news, and we start with what might be seen as a sigh of relief. Kenya has landed a 3-year deal with the International Monetary Fund to tap into credit to the tune of $2.4 billion or just about 262 billion shillings by the present exchange rate to facilitate recovery from the COVID-19 shock. The International Monetary Fund, however, indicates that the agreement is still subject to the fund's management approval and executive board consideration, which is expected in the coming weeks. The credit line will be structured under the IMF's Extended Fund Facility and the Extended Credit Facility arrangements, both which are designed to provide assistance to countries experiencing serious payment imbalances because of structural impediments and decelerated growth. For many years, the KAINUK Bridge has been synonymous with tragedy and inconvenience owing to the difficulty that had been associated with crossing it. But not anymore, as the Kenya National Highways Authority, through the Eastern Africa Trade, Transport and Facilitation Project, has put up a new 100-meter-long bridge to confine the challenges of crossing over to KAINUK into the past. Alex Mwangi reports.
The KAINUK Bridge, located 125 kilometers from Kitale town on your way to Lodwar, is a gateway to the northwestern region of Kenya. It had become infamous for the difficulty it afforded passengers and goods wishing to make their way to Lokichar, Lodwar, Kakuma, Lokichogio, or even to South Sudan. Some of those desperate to cross over to the other side lost their lives here.
It was the only access to northwest Kenya. The bridge that used to be there was a low capacity bridge, But besides that also, it used to get cut off by raging waters of the river. Previously, you will have traffic, stalled at the bridge for days as they wait for the water levels to go down so that they're able to pass.
Not even the crew of the Kenya National Highways Authority, KENHA, was spared from increased logistical hurdles because of KAINUK while working on the 38 billion shilling Eastern Africa Trade Transport and Facilitation Project.
Even when the work started, even our own contractors up north really suffered because materials then meant that they were to wait until the water levels come down for them to come this way.
Emma Simiu runs a shop in the town of Lokichogio. I asked her whether she had had an experience at KAINUK.
Mara nyingi sana, maybe unaenda unafika mahali kama KAINUK, unapata kumeharibika. Unalala hapo, uta spend like 2 days ndio ufike. Watoto wanalia, wewe mwenyewe maybe hata wengine wakuwa wagonjwa. So unapata tatizo ilikuwa ni juu sana. But sasa hivi tunaona tuko salama.
Winds of change have blown over KAINUK, and the bridge that was once the source of headache for many in accessing the town or traveling back to Kitale is now a state-of-the-art structure.
We have replaced that bridge with a 100-meter long new bridge that has been done to the latest standard with a design life of about 100 years. It is expected that in the next 100 years we will not be able to get the river overtopping the bridge.
With the completion of the construction of the KAINUK bridge, it will no longer take days or weeks for vehicles or trucks wishing to cross over from West Pokot County to Turkana County or vice versa to do so. The bridge will also foster trade and commerce opportunities not only between the two counties, but also between Southern Sudan and the northwestern region. 87 kilometers north of KAINUK is the town of Lokichar.
Alafu makastoma pia wanakuja wengi kwa sababu barabara ni mzuri. Hapo nyuma walikuanga wanashangaa tutafika aje duka fulani, but sasa hivi ile gari iko, barabara iko mzuri, wanafika kwa muda.
Kitambo tulikuwa tunatumia 16 hours kufika Kitale. Sasa hivi kutoka Lokichar mpaka Kitale ni 4 hours.
From the years he has spent on the road, Lopeo has seen the effects of the improved road firsthand, judging by the frequency with which he now changes his matatu's shock absorbers.
Kitambo tulikuwa tunabadilisha baada ya wiki moja, lakini kwa sasa hizi tunaweza kaa hata mwezi mbili.
From Lokichar all the way to Nakodok, the border between Kenya and South Sudan, the 38 billion shilling Eastern Africa Trade Transport and Facilitation Project, which also included the construction of the KAINUK bridge and support infrastructure in KAINUK town, continues to transform northwestern Kenya.
Shukran.
Alex Mwangi, NTV.
And Alex Mwangi's report has taken us to the end of the business bulletin. Now we had to rush things a bit tonight because of the special broadcast after. We'll be back with more.
Sasa, mimi ni Zuri from Safaricom na niko hapa kukuchanua. Jichanue na data statement kujua vile kila MB ya bundle yako imetumika. Dial *544# and select 8 for data statement. The first time you access your data statement, una get 200 MBs completely free.
All the days and the nights, reading for them and to them. You don't stop, and neither do we. Help build a strong foundation for your growing child with Nestle Nunkid. Nestle Nunkid 4. Our best for you.
Do your gums hurt? Yeah. Does your toothpaste contain sage, eucalyptus, myrrh, chamomile? All that in one toothpaste? Yes, try Colgate Herbal. Colgate Herbal contains nature's best herbs and Colgate's fluoride technology to give you strong teeth and healthy gums. Ah, Colgate Herbal. Let's go. Colgate Herbal for strong teeth and healthy gums naturally.
Disinfect and protect your home with Jik. Jik kills 99.9% of illness-causing germs. Disinfect floors, kitchen and bathroom surfaces, and wash white clothes, towels, and dishcloths with Jik bleach. Just Jik it.
Fast just got faster. Get fully locked on Airtel 4G. Now wider coverage to download, stream and browse at high speed. Airtel, the smartphone network.
Gauge 28 at 670 Kenya shillings. Gauge 30 at 370. Gauge 30 Med at 530. Royal Alu Zinc at 280 Kenya shillings. Call us today on 0722 638383. Royal Mabati Factory Limited. We are the best.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
Ukiambiwa 1 plus 2, 10 marks. Huwezi andika 3.
Hebu fanya ujinga, uvae jeans, t-shirt na kofia. Uingie kwa gari, makanga akuitishe fare, umwambie nitakupea tukishuka. Unasikianga? Dondoa moja dere.
GMC Place Kitengela, be your choice to bloom in love. With a few slots available, call us today on 0701 560 560.
Just before we get into the sports, let's turn our focus to the COVID-19 situation. Starting from the latest round of testing, 147 people tested positive to COVID-19 from the latest round of testing on 2,063 samples. That raises the coronavirus caseload in Kenya to 103,000, or at least just over that. Those who have been declared COVID-19 free after a second round of testing are 242, which takes up the number of total recoveries currently to 85,250. The COVID-19 death toll in Kenya stands at 1,795 with no fatalities announced today. We wish quick recovery to the 254 patients admitted at various institutions around the country and the 1,227 who are under home-based isolation and care. And now we get into the sports.
Family is working together today. It is creating opportunities for a lifetime of happiness. The future is bright because you can always bank on family. Family Bank, with you for life.
From far with you. I even gifted you a magnificent house. Rosa, it's the thought that counts. Please help me.
When it comes to fever, you need to be both. Panadol Baby and Infant starts to work on fever in 15 minutes and is gentle on the tummy. Panadol Baby and Infant, tough on fever, gentle on your child.
Maji mdosi wangu ametupa simu yangu ndani ya maji.
Mdosi wako kwa sawa. Venye Nkirota ameniambia ajui na akimpigia simu ashiki. Hi guy, what the?
No irritation when
For the women who deserve more, Moped is now in Kenya and more than 40 countries. With its nylon-free surface, new Moped has unique softness and up to 100% protection. Your skin will love it.
Breaking news from Molfix. Let's see what they're developing right now.
Molfix pants with anatomic fit technology. New Molfix pants, an invention from babies for babies.
You should also try Molfix.
New Tuzo Yogurt Cup. Size yako, bei yako.
I'm not going to allow Roberta to marry him when she hasn't been honest. When she hid from him things as important as her involvement with Rafael. And also, she has done everything possible to ruin me.
Could it be that he cheated on you because you could never give him a son? Maybe I can do that and we can raise him together.
Please, I'm begging you to take me to the hospital.
Oh, sure, I'm going to take you to a hospital. Of course I will, but tomorrow. Now, if you don't want your future husband to call off the wedding at once, you and I have to fix this small problem. Is that clear?
Timeless love.
Gift your loved one a plot of value-added land at the Garden of Joy and get an instant 14K cash voucher for a 500K plus deposit. Call us today on 0790 300 300.
Let's have a quick run through the sports now. The national men's basketball team arrived safely in Yaoundé, Cameroon this afternoon ahead of the FIBA AfroBasket qualifiers final round. Their first match is against Senegal on Thursday. The Morans finished third in the first round of the continental contest after beating Mozambique 79-62. Kenya is in Group C alongside Angola and Senegal, and they need at least 17 points to qualify for the September event for the first time since 1993. National Rally champion Baldev Chagar says he has completed a full test of his Mitsubishi Lancer Evo 10 ahead of the 2021 KCB Kenya National Rally Championship season opening in Nakuru round this weekend. Chagar was in action during the second round of the National Autocross Open class this weekend at the WRC Safari racetrack in Kasarani. He finished second behind Rehan Shah of Ray Racing. Chagar, who is co-driven by Ravi Soni, won the 2019 KNRC after the season closing KCB Guru Nanak was cancelled due to unpleasant weather.
So we did the candidate event last year, so we kind of have a feeling of exactly what it will be. Like the route we're doing today, I really enjoyed it because we did it in Safari, and that's one of the other reasons that I'm actually here driving.
Kenyan international Michael Olunga scored his first goal in the Qatar Stars League in Al Duhail SC's 2-0 win against Al Rayyan on Sunday. Olunga, who had not been on target in the 12-team league since he arrived from Japan last month, shook the net with his weaker right foot in the 72nd minute to give Al Duhail victory. It has taken the 26-year-old exactly 1 month to score his first league goal. And what do you know? We're done with the Sports News Bulletin. There's plenty more to offer, but we have something special on the other side of the break, and that's the continuation of the Magical Kenya Signature Experiences Drive under the Tourism Ministry. And we have Amina Abdi Rabar looking lovely as ever. She's changed an outfit just for you up next. Thank you for watching. Thank you to David Agondoa for the sign language interpretation. Good night.
This is NTV.